Well, it's good to have everyone with us this morning. I know it's a little bit different for Easter, but hey, we get to meet together today. We get to be at the Lord's house, whether we're outside in the parking lot, we're still meeting together. And I was thinking this week that this will be an Easter to remember. If you have kids with you today, this will be an Easter that I hope that they would be able to share for a lifetime. That we've gathered together, even amongst everything that's going on in our country and around the world today, that we can still come together and praise the name of the Lord and to glorify Him on Resurrection Sunday. So it's a beautiful day to gather together today for Easter. Let us begin with prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we love you today. We thank you for those that God came out today with us, those that may be at home watching on the internet, Lord, this morning, and those in our congregation that couldn't make it today. We just ask that you pour a blessing out on us today in this service, the time that we meet today. It's not about us today, but it's all about you and glorifying for who you are and your resurrection from the grave. That you live, that we may live also. We praise you today, give all things in your hands, including the weather today, Lord. We love you in Jesus' name. Amen. So this morning, to start out, we're going to sing a congregational hymn. We're going to sing Nothing But the Blood of Jesus. Hopefully that's a song that we all know. And we're just going to play it here. That's going to be led singing. So if you can just sing along in the cars where you're at. It's a way that we can all sing together today. Nothing but the blood of Jesus.
Away my sin, nothing but the blood of Jesus. What can make me whole again? Nothing but the blood of Jesus. Oh, precious is the flow that makes me white as snow. Oh, no other fount I know. Nothing but the blood of Jesus. For my pardon this I see, nothing but the blood of Jesus. For my cleansing this my plea, nothing but the blood of Jesus. Oh, precious is the flow that makes me white as snow. Oh, no other fount I know, nothing but the blood of Jesus. Nothing can for sin atone, nothing but the blood of Jesus. Not of good that I have done, nothing but the blood of Jesus. Oh, precious is the flow that makes me white as snow. Oh, no other fount I know, nothing but the blood of Jesus. This is all my hope and peace, nothing but the blood of Jesus. This is all my righteousness, nothing but the blood of Jesus. Oh, precious is the flow that makes me white as snow. Oh, no other fount I know, nothing but the blood of Jesus.
Kind of hard this morning to take prayer requests today. But I'll do this. If you have an unspoken request, because it's kind of hard to take, can you just lift your hand this morning in your cars? We see those hands. Everyone that has a prayer request, just a sign of lifted hands. But everyone has lifted hands. Heavenly Father, Lord, we just ask that you be with all these requests, be it unspoken today, and we ask that you bless those requests, may it be physical or financial, spiritual, maybe it's on the workplace, whatever it may be today. Speak into those lives and touch those hands that were raised today. Be with us in this hour of service. We love you. We give all things to you. In Jesus' name, amen. So this morning, if you brought your Bibles, some of you may or may not, turn with me to John chapter 20. John chapter 20. If not, I will be reading the text here in a second. We want to look at the Easter story. This is Resurrection Sunday, the day that we celebrate Jesus coming forth out of the grave. And so this morning's text, we are going to look in the Gospel of John. The story is recorded in all four Gospels. And so as we reflect back in the last week, last Sunday was Palm Sunday, where we celebrated Jesus' triumphant entry into Jerusalem as everyone began to shout, Hosanna, blessed is he that cometh in the name of the Lord. And then on Friday, we remembered, as we call it, Good Friday, the day that Jesus died on the cross. And I heard some people ask, why do you call it Good Friday? The day that Jesus died. Why would you call it Good Friday? When you put it in perspective that it should have been you or I hanging on that cross, and he hung on the cross for us, it's pretty good when you look at it in that way. So even though it was a dark day, the day that Jesus died, for us, he bore our sins on the cross. The man who knew no sin took upon the sins of the world, the sins of you and I, and he died. And so today, as we look at Resurrection Sunday, our text in John chapter 20, if you have your Bibles, follow along with me, starting in verse 1. It says, The first day of the week cometh Mary Magdalene early, when it was yet dark, unto the sepulchre, and seeketh the stone taken away from the sepulchre. And then she runneth and cometh to Simon Peter and the other disciple, who Jesus loved, and said unto them, They have taken away the Lord out of the sepulchre, and we know not where they have laid him. Peter therefore went forth, and the other disciple, and came to the sepulchre. So they ran both together. And the other disciple did outrun Peter, and come first to the sepulchre. And they stooped down and looked in, and saw the linen clothes lying, yet went he not in. When cometh Simon Peter, following him, and went into the sepulchre, and seeth the linen clothes lie, and the napkin that was about his head, not lying with the linen cloth, but wrapped together and placed by itself. Then went in also the other disciple, which came first to the sepulchre, and saw and believed. For as yet they know not the Scripture, that he must rise again from the dead. The disciples went away again unto their home. And so this morning, with the limited time that we have today, I want to look at Resurrection Sunday. And the point that I want to get across today is, what do we believe? What is our belief? You see, as we look at the Scriptures, the Bible, both Old and New Testament, we see a picture of God communicating to his creation, communicating to mankind. In the Old Testament, there's times where God walked with Adam in the garden, or he walked with different prophets, and he talked with them. And the prophets were the mouthpiece of God to the people. And then we find the New Testament, where Jesus Christ, his Son, was speaking hope. The kingdom of God is at hand, and he was the mouthpiece, and here representing, and he was God himself. And so as we look at Scripture today, it calls us to make a decision on what we believe based upon what God is telling us. And as we look at this Easter story, it's all about belief. What the Jews believed at the time, what the disciples believed, and as we sit here today, what do we and what does the world believe? As I began to look at this story and we began to think, it says very early in the morning. This morning I got up early as the sun began to rise, and I was trying to picture what it would have been like walking in a graveyard in the dark light of the early morning as the sun began to come up. And that's what it was like for Mary and the other ladies. Here, Gospel of John, it just mentions Mary. If you jump over to Luke, it talks about the other women that was with her. As they gathered and they went very early before the sun rose garden with spices to prepare the body to be buried and to cleanse the body and get it all ready. And as they got there, much to their surprise, the stone was gone. It was rolled away. Because of time, I can't really read all the different texts in the different Gospels, but I'll tell you this. In the Gospel of Luke, it talks about that they got there, and there was two men, heavenly host angels, that met them that said, "Why do you seek the living amongst the dead?" As they gathered there in the garden that morning. The stone that the Romans had tried to put in place, that tried to keep the people out, couldn't keep Christ in. The soldiers that was standing there, that was trying to keep people out, couldn't keep Christ in. Because all the power of God came upon that grave, and God rose the Son from the grave that morning. As the women gathered there that morning, much to the surprise, he wasn't there. He was risen. So what did they believe? They ran to go tell the disciples. Here in the Gospel of John, it says that it went to tell Peter and the other disciples. John's talking about himself. He said they came to tell Peter and I, and we ran. We hightailed it out. Now, one of the things to think about here is, why were they in hiding? Why were they in a room somewhere? Why weren't they in the garden that early morning? Because of fear. Because they feared that what happened to Jesus was going to happen to them. They feared that multitude that was praising him a week earlier was going to run them out, was going to crucify them, turn them over to the Romans, and stomp them out as well. That early morning when the ladies came, they ran and they told them that he wasn't there, what the angels had said, nothing could hold them in the room. They ran. They didn't walk. They ran. John kind of gloats here and says, I was the first one to get to the grave. And he gets there, but he didn't go in. Peter runs straight in. He looks, and there's the grave clothes lying there in the waiting. And I began to think, why weren't they there that morning? You see, Jesus predicted his death 3 times, that he would rise again. Not only would he die, but he would rise again. In Mark chapter 8, verse 31, it says that he began to teach them that the Son of Man must suffer many things and be rejected of the elders and the chief priests and scribes and be killed, and after 3 days rise again. Christ told them that he would come back to life. Well, why were they still in the upper room, or the room that they were in? Why were they still hunkered down? Because of fear. Maybe it was because of the tragedy that they just witnessed. The man that they loved, the man that they walked with, the man that they broke bread with in the upper room, the man that they saw give the blind sight, the man that they saw heal others and raise Lazarus and the other 2 from the grave, was beaten and tortured, hung on the cross. And because of the tragic scene and because of what they felt, they forgot everything. Even that upper room, remember what happened? They said, I will go to the grave with you. I'll go to the ends of the earth with you, is what the disciples told Jesus. But when it come down to the rubber meets the road and everything was going on, they forgot all these things. They were scared. That glorious morning when the ladies came and they told Peter and John and the others that he had rose from the dead, or that he wasn't there, they went and they had to see for themselves. Their belief was all wrapped up in what they could see. For the sake of time, I can't read on in John, but if we would see that later on Jesus would appear to Mary. He would speak to her that day. Other parts of the scripture said that he would appear to Peter and talk to Peter. And then we see where Jesus appears to the disciples in a locked room. And he comes to them, everybody but Thomas, and he appears to them and tells them that he was risen from the grave. Then they began to believe. Except for Thomas. We remember the story of Thomas where a week later Jesus appears to him. And before he appeared to Thomas, Thomas says, unless I see the nails in his hands and the piercing in his side, I won't believe. That morning, that next week when Jesus appeared, Jesus said, put your hands in mine. Put your hand on my side. He said, Thomas, blessed are those that believe and that have not seen. Their belief was all wrapped up they could physically see at the time. They were all wrapped up in what they could know and they could see. And so this speaks to us today. What do we believe? What do we believe when times get tough? What do we believe when the rubber hits the road? Do we forget everything that we've learned in our past? Do we forget everything the Scriptures tells us? Do we get so caught up in the situation that we're in that we forget what's going on? I began to think this week that a lot of the things that the people were feeling at this time is similar to some of the things that we're feeling today. Today in this country and around the world, there is fear. There is unsettled rest of knowing what tomorrow may hold. People fear of finances. People fear of health. They fear the food on the table. They fear what others may say or do for them or not do to them. And as we read in the Scriptures, it was in a way similar that they feared themselves. And when it came down to the point, their fear overcome them and forget the teachings and what was going on. See, I know we're going through a pandemic in this world. We're going through a pandemic across this country and in this city today. But let me tell you today is the time for us to live out our faith, to show the world what it means to be a Christian, to love others, to show the love of Christ. As we've gathered here today, even though we're doing so in a safe manner, even though we're doing so in a separated way, we can still gather together and show the world that Christ is risen from the grave. What He has done for us, He can do for you as well. The time is now for us as Christians around this world to stand up and to show our faith in what we believe. What do you believe today? Last year, I remember it was my very first Easter that I preached, and I'll never forget that. And the text I used was out of 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 17. That Paul wrote and says, "And if Christ be not risen, your faith is vain. You are yet in your sins." You see, if Christ be not risen, everything we do in life would be for nothing. Everything we do for Christ would be for nothing. The hope that we have for eternal life would be for nothing if Christ be not risen. Why is Easter such a special day? Why is Easter a day that we come together and we rejoice and that we share and that we celebrate? It's because Christ was risen. And if He be not risen, everything we do may be in vain. But He is risen today. We celebrate today. We rejoice today. We have hope today. Because He lives, we can live also. Because of His resurrection and His conquer over death, hell, and the grave, that the sin that we are bogged down in life, the sinful nature that we inherit, the addictions that we may find ourselves involved in, that the chains can be broken, that we can have hope in life, that we can have eternal life through God's Son, who was risen from the grave. What a beautiful morning as the sun begins to peek out today, and we look at the green grass and the beautiful creation that God created today. I believe that God has glorified His creation and shown what a beautiful day it is today to celebrate His resurrection today. What do you believe? One last scripture I'm going to read. The end of John chapter 20. As we see this story of Resurrection Sunday, John ends chapter 20 with these two verses, verses 30 and 31, by saying this. "And many other signs truly did Jesus in the presence of His disciples, which are not written in this book, but these are written that ye might believe that Jesus Christ, that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of God, and that believing ye may have life through His name." And so what was the purpose of John's writings? What was the purpose of all four of the Gospels? What is the purpose of the Scripture? From old to new, it's that we might believe, that we may come to know by faith that God sent His Son, John 3:16, "For whosoever believeth in Him shall not perish but have everlasting life." For God so loved You see, the whole Bible, from Old Testament to New, it's all about a relationship that God wanted with mankind. He had it in the garden, and once sin entered this earth, He wanted that relationship again with us. But a sinful man and a holy God cannot commune unless the cross could bridge the way, unless His Son and the suffering and the shedding of blood could bridge the way. Today, we can have a relationship with our Creator. We can have a relationship with the Father through what Christ did on the cross, and through His resurrection gives us life, that so we may live also. As we bring this to a close again, we thank you for gathering today. It's kind of hard for us to have an altar call today. But I encourage you, if you're going through something and you need prayer today, reach out to me this week. If you're online, reach out to our church's page. We would love to pray with you and to talk with you. And so to end today, I thought it was fitting for us to play Amazing Grace. And as the highest point in Springfield here, what a beautiful thing it is to see throughout the city that we can sing and play Amazing Grace today to end our service. And I'm going to play it today. It's a Leanne Rimes rendition, so it may be a little difficult to sing along with. But do your best today. It's a beautiful version of the song we're going to play today. So I invite you, as we kind of draw this to a close, don't leave yet after the song. We've got a few announcements. But sing with us, Amazing Grace.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Was grace that taught my heart to beat, and grace my feet relieved. How bright shining at the sun, we
Thank you again for joining us today. Just a few announcements as you leave. We are going to be exiting this way, since all the cars are kind of pointed this way. So when you leave, exit this way or from the front of the church. Two things as you leave. If you brought brought your tithes or like to contribute to the offering this morning, Brian's going to be out here with a bucket on a pole. So to keep our distancing away, if you would like to contribute to an offering this morning and you have your tithes today, Brian will be collecting that as you leave this morning via the bucket on the pole. Also, we have a very special guest today. We have the Easter Bunny here today. And I know we love seeing the egg hunt. I was thinking this morning, looking up at the green grass, all the years, every year having an egg hunt. But we're going to have a little bit different. There's the Easter Bunny over there. He's getting out. He's coming around. He is safe. He's got a mask on. He's got his gloves on. He's very clean. And we've got some Easter bags for the kids today to pass out. That's been put together in the last week. They've been sanitized. They're clean for the kids. There's some prizes in there. So we hope that you get a surprise. It's a little way we can still have some fun and celebrate Easter and to get the kids involved in an egg hunt. Maybe later, I was thinking later this year when this is all over, maybe we'll have like an Easter in July where we can all wear our dresses and dress up like we normally do and maybe have some kind of scavenger hunt outside. But this is the best we can do today to be able to still celebrate close to what we would normally do. Before you leave, just wave to each other. I know we haven't seen each other in a long time. Honk your horns, baby. It's good to see you. We'll talk about maybe doing another one of these down the road, or we'll just see how everything goes. But we love to see you today. We'll just end with a prayer this morning, praying for you. And let's pray for our country today. I think now is the appropriate time for us to lift our country up in this world. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you again for meeting with us today. We thank you for those that gathered today, and those watching us that is unable to gather today. We just thank you and praise your name for who you are and what you've done for us. Lord, we just ask right now, we lift up our congregation today, that you will protect them. And Lord, we also ask today that you be with our city and this country, Lord. We love you today. We give this country and this pandemic and everything over to you. We just ask that you pour out a blessing and a hedge of protection around us. We love you today. In Jesus' name, amen.